We all love a good Christmas movie, like this one, or this one,
Put that cookie down now!
and of course, this Christmas masterpiece.
Bye, buddy. Hope you find your dad.
Thanks, Mr. Narwhal.
But what about this one? Mean Girls isn't a Christmas movie. No one debates it. Unlike Die Hard, it's not a part of the plot. It doesn't fit the genre of a Christmas movie. It isn't even mentioned again after the scene. So why does this iconic Christmas scene in a non-holiday movie even exist?
She doesn't even go here.
To answer that, we have to understand that Mean Girls isn't the only movie we're talking about. Memorable and sometimes even iconic Christmas-themed scenes exist in so many movies. It feels like Hollywood keeps sneaking Christmas into their plots. So why do movies love Christmas so much? Let's start with the superficial. Movies are moving images that are meant to stir emotion and tell a story. Part of telling that story is simply through the use of visuals. And Christmas, unlike most holidays, has a very unique look. Not only does it involve the use of very obvious decorations like trees and snow, it's Santa, reindeers, ornaments, but most importantly, it's the lights. Lights are so important in film. Not only is it how you see everything in the frame, but it also creates a mood through the aesthetics of practical lights. Practical lights being sources of light that are layered within the scene in an organic way. They make the room look more real, more lived in, make the actors stand out, and they could cause emotion. A darker room with a single dimly lit lamp might make you, the audience, feel alone or depressed, while a brightly lit hospital hallway might make you feel tired or anxious. Light has a way of changing our mood, and Christmas is filled with lights. We put them on our trees, we put them on our houses, we even decorate our downtowns with these lights, causing Christmas to have a singular look that just happens to appear beautiful on camera. When you mix that with a visual style of a particular film, that can create something truly inspiring. Edward Scissorhands is far from a Christmas movie, but for a moment, it feels like one. As Winona Ryder sees Edward carving away that ice sculpture, she begins to twirl in amazement. But I'd argue that there's very little warm feelings of Christmas in this scene, other than just the visuals. It just looks good for Winona to be spinning while what appears to be snow falls all around her, all the while the lights glowing in the background. It's a stark contrast to the dark motif Tim Burton is known for, which makes this scene pop all the more because it's just strikingly beautiful. The same could be said for movies like Burton's Batman Returns, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, Lethal Weapon, and many more. Christmas gives movies a visual texture that doesn't need to affect the plot. It simply creates awe.
On Christmas Day in the morning.
But sometimes even the best Christmas scenes are not there just to look pretty. They're there to move the plot forward. They're actually really helpful. In a movie that tells a longer story drawn out over months or even years, Christmas can be a useful tool helping the audience to understand that time has passed. Christmas is so iconic and built into our culture that just showing a Christmas tree immediately helps the audience understand where they are in the year. We know exactly what season it is, what the temperature outside could be, and even what kind of social gatherings are supposed to be happening in the movie. And we know all of that without any exposition. The Godfather uses Christmas perfectly in this way. In a quick flash of Michael and Kay finishing up some Christmas shopping, we are grounded in that moment and ready for what will happen with Vito very soon. This is important because a lot happens right before this scene. Just a few minutes ago, Tom was in California hiding horse heads in a director's bed, only then to have a few quick interior scenes of men talking and scheming, so an obvious moment of Christmas quietly tells us time has passed, we're back in New York, and things are about to get serious. We're also primed to not ask too many questions. Christmas gives a pretty good excuse for an emptier than normal hospital and lack of security, which makes Michael having to bluff for his dad's survival in front of the hospital completely understandable, and it raises the stakes. It's a huge moment for this legendary character, and it only happens because of Christmas, which brings us back to Mean Girls. Some Christmas scenes don't just move the plot along, they help us feel the pacing. Mean Girls uses Christmas to both tell the audience that time has continued to pass like The Godfather, but also to give the audience a little relatable comedic break from the ongoing fast pace of the movie.
Don't look at me.
The Jingle Bell Rock dance is definitely its own thing, but it's also super relatable because many of us have had to go and do those Christmas concerts as kids, or if you have kids, you've been forced to sit through one. I don't know how many times I've heard an out-of-tune tuba do Good King Wenceslas, but I could skip the next one. This familiarity makes the scene even more accessible, which makes it even more funny. We feel the cringe deep in our bones as these plastics take the stage and they're obviously inappropriate for school costumes, and even when that music cuts, that awkward silence is pure dread because we've all lived it. So when Katie steps forward and keeps singing, it works not just as comedy, but as a shared experience. We've all seen Christmas concerts 100 times and it never goes off without a hitch. There's always some kid that grabs the microphone and does something weird.
Yes, words can't bring me down. Don't you bring me down today.
While Mean Girls might be the funniest example, the most joyful use of Christmas as a plot marker might be Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, or Philosopher's Stone, however you want to say it. It's similar to Mean Girls and even The Godfather in its use of Christmas being a grounding element in a wide-scope story, helping us know we're halfway through the school year, but where Harry Potter is different is with Christmas's effect on Harry.
Happy Christmas, Harry. Happy Christmas, Ron. What are you wearing? Oh, Mum made it. Looks like you got one too. I've got presents. Yeah.
He's never had a real Christmas, and so when the big day finally arrives, not only are we aware of the time passing, but it's also just so cute that we fall in love with this little boy even more. The joy Harry has when his life has been absolutely awful so far is heartwarming to say the least. A simple moment meant to keep the audience in the pacing of the movie becomes so much more just because of how happy Harry is at Christmas. But not every story is a happy one, and not every Christmas is a merry one either. Many non-Christmas movies use Christmas to create tension in the film. As families travel to be around each other and celebrate the holiday, they take their problems, dysfunctional relationships, and burdens with them. Christmas naturally creates opportunities for characters to be around each other where emotions can ride high and create explosions of conflict. Rocky is probably the best example of such use cases. Everything up to that point had been going fairly well for Rocky. He's dating Adrian, preparing for the biggest fight of his life, while Paulie, Adrian's brother, has been struggling. And when he walks into his house to see the couple happily watching TV while complaining about him, he snaps.
You owe me! Why do I owe you? You're supposed to be good to me!
Paulie's jealousy over what Rocky has gained through his fighting and resentment for what Adrian has found in her relationship with Rocky boils over into rage as he swings his bat around, ranting and raving, all while holding a Christmas wreath under his arm. Merry Christmas, right? Well, families are complicated, and sometimes the worst argument happens over what's supposed to be the happiest of occasion. That's real life. So while Christmas gives the movie an opportunity to have an emotional scene like this, it also mirrors life in a way that makes Rocky feel deeper and much more raw. So when Deck the Halls starts playing as Rocky goes after Adrian, we all understand that feeling instantly. And it's not just conflict either. Some of the saddest moments happen around this time of year. Little Women shows this off really well, as the first Christmas we spend with the March sisters is filled with joy as they sacrificially give to a neighbor in need, but Christmas soon turns tragic for the Marches as we watch Beth's health slowly decline. While everyone tries to be cheerful, the joy just isn't the same. Joy and sadness mixed together in one day. That's real life. So yeah, of course Christmas is going to be featured in movies that aren't just holiday themed, because Christmas is a beautiful opportunity for movies. I would even say it's a precious gift for filmmakers. It's beautiful in its scenery, it's helpful in its storytelling, and it's real to our experiences. That's why we keep seeing it pop up, even in movies that aren't Christmas movies at all, because sometimes one Christmas scene is all it takes to make a movie moment unforgettable.